Day 26, and it is the new week for our MACD EMA strategy. All three of our trades are still open. How are they doing? Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, not a lot of movement today. Did search up to a nice high level there. Not enough to take profit though, and no indicator change either. Great British pound, Australian dollar, we're in that sell trade. Price moved back against us today, in profit still by just a touch. We want a big sell off though, because this MACD has turned against us and the price not that far from the moving average. So for some movement tomorrow. And finally the Euro Japanese yen. We entered this one Friday and it really did come close to our stop loss today. Price up that far before it reverses down. Losing money at the moment, we are $23 down, but some consolidation can be expected. Hopefully it's not enough to search for any highs that take our stop loss, but in fact the opposite, come back down, bring us to glory, so we can take that profit with both hands open. As all three of our trades are still open, that means we are still using 6 of the 7 currency pairs, which means there won't be any signals out there for us, but let's see if there is anything of interest. Looks like the pound yen would have given a bad sell signal around here. 2 green days since then, and quite a high on that as well. Likely would have hit a stop loss. Euro Aussie dollar pair would be looking okay if you got in around about here. Not likely at profit yet, but chugging in the right direction. Good luck to you if you are in on that trade. Signal coming on the Euro Great British Pound. This has been an incredibly inconsistent currency pair over the last week or two. If you were taking every signal on this, you'd be in a buy trade over here, then back in with a sell trade here, which we did have the option to. We took a different trade before immediately in a buy trade up right at the top. Down it comes, puts you in a sell trade. Definitely makes me feel like it's going to reverse up. Obviously though, no new action for us, which means we can just let these 3 currency pairs ride and come back tomorrow to see if we can finally get some more profit going again. Feels like a long time now since we did take some. Day 27. All 3 of our currency pairs remain open at the moment. CAD Swissy first. Did find a new high today and closing a lot better than the last couple days. One more push to a new high in the next couple days should see that take profit go. No change in the indicator signals, so let's go to the Great British Pound Australian dollar. Went pretty far against us this morning. Did head for our stop loss right up there. It's come back though, and importantly below the moving average, so we don't have to close it. If it closed that high then we would have done, but we remain about neutral with it, minus 17 cents as I speak this sentence. So we can freely keep this one open as well. Our Euro Yen pair though, this one not looking as good. The high was a touch above yesterday's and it's come dangerously close to our stop loss again. We're about 3/4 of the way there. Not surprised that we're not making traction with the lows down here. But maybe we do see some sort of tragic incident occur across the Eurozone and price comes plummeting down tomorrow all the way to our take profit. We can hope, we can hope. Indicators are still good. We've got the moving average as you can see up here. MACD not entirely clear, but if we hover over it, negative 0.0103 is the reading, so still below 0 for now. As all 3 of these are open, we know there's not going to be any new trades out there, but let's still see if anything wild is happening out there on the charts. New Zealand dollar yen moving very close to a buy signal. If we can get past this resistance level here, potential nice trend there. If we get knocked out of the Euro Yen trade and get the signal on this one, it could work out nicely in the end. 0 line crossover comes on the pound yen as well. There's been signals aplenty if you are trying to scalp on the daily chart, if that's even a thing. Look at this continued sell-off on the Euro CAD. If you'd got in even about here, this would be a really nice run for you over the last few weeks. This Australian dollar Swiss franc chart has been lethal. It gave a positive value here and then moved to a negative value down there before recrossing now again to a positive value, all whilst doing it up and down over the moving average. Good thing we managed to avoid those signals. Wouldn't have lost too much, but would just be constantly opening and closing trades within this range. That's all of our charts checked though. Another hard day's work is complete. Let's come back tomorrow and I could see 2 of our trades having triggered by then. Possibly the CAD Swissy in our favour for around about $150 profit, and on the flippity flip, the Euro Yen for a negative 100. Still though, let's hope they both get to that profit line. We'll see. Day 2.8. What? Sorry, day 28. And we've got our 3 trades here, all of them still open. CAD Swissy, it couldn't reach into those new highs, came down to a low before reversing. So we're still in a similar sort of area to yesterday, about 60% of the way to the take profit. Pound Aussie dollar found a new high, got closer to the stop loss, but did come red in the end. We're in a touch of profit even after those expensive swaps. Do think it can get there though. If we can stave off any more green days, let's have a couple big red candles, step down like that, and we'll grab a winner. Euro yen's made a bit of a comeback for us from where we were yesterday. Look at how close this got to our stop loss. Wow. That's it on the 15-minute chart. It is right up there. It got incredibly close. Only 1 or 2 pips away there, but we are still in it, and we do see a decent red candle in the end. Quite a low as well. More of that, and you never know. Maybe we can stretch our way all the way to this take profit. Still don't really see it happening, but if it does, yeah, then pretty great that we missed that stop loss. But we keep the MACD in favor as well. It had looked like it was going to flip, but thanks to this candle, we see it stable out and of course below the average. Let's have a look around those other charts. We're not going to be taking any trades, but maybe there's something interesting going on. Great British Pound New Zealand dollar finds its way to a close above the moving average. Haven't seen that since August. No trade though. This buy trade right here on the pound yen would be a little shaky. Does look like it would have been heading out for a close immediately here had we taken that trade. Probably not a full stop loss here, but nevertheless coming back below that average on the first histogram bar. Not a good sign if you are trading this pair with this strategy. If you are doing that, let me know how it goes. The Euro CAD into the red it goes another day. Sell-off intensifies. I'm not looking forward to seeing this when I do the RSI strategy. And this disgusting range on the Australian dollar Swiss franc pair continues. It is back with another red day now. Imagine if you were the kind of person who was getting into trades when this price dipped above or below the moving average. Not pretty. That is everything though. No action, no new trades once again, but that's fine as long as we can take triple profits on these by the end of tomorrow. We'll be back in 24 hours to find that out. Day 29, and we have managed to take profit on our CAD Swiss franc trade. $150.62 plus $2.50 on the swap. Not all bad. There's the trigger there. It is right up towards the high of the day, but we don't mind. We've taken all the money we can from this one. Now we'll have to wait for another signal to come. Our other 2 trades are still going. Promising day for the pound Aussie dollar. Did come red again. Hopefully this doesn't make a support level, but rather keeps coming down, eventually triggering that take profit. Meanwhile, Euro Yen moving back against us a touch, but still room to move. Really not much movement at all today on the Euro Yen. Pretty quiet day. Let's have another red volatile day like this. Not one that triggers the stop loss, but no, heads in the other direction. Down, 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 straight into that take profit. We can only hope. The MACD is still good for us here, but it's not that far. We do have to keep an eye on it because it could sneak across that zero line very easily. Now that our CAD Swiss franc trade has triggered to the good, that means both those currencies are open to us to take trades on. Let's have a look through those charts, see if we do have any signals. Getting very close on the New Zealand dollar Japanese yen pair. Price just above the average. Don't know if I would trust the move. We wouldn't be able to get in on it at the moment anyway, but maybe the next couple of days we'll see it come. Euro CAD, the sell-off continues. Another red day. Traders and investors absolutely gasping for that Canadian dollar in favor of the euro. See if that carries on much longer. Not a lot of action for us on the charts then. We remain with our 2 trades open, and hopefully we'll see them take profit yet. We'll be back in 24 hours time, going into the weekend to see how they're doing. Day 30, unlucky for some, and it's bad news we're starting off with. The euro Japanese yen currency pair, it's taken a hit today. Our stop loss has been triggered, and price has gone quite a bit further as well. $101.44 lost on the trade, plus $3.77 on the swap, for a total of $105.21 down. Not surprised we missed out on that one. It was nearing a support level anyway. Didn't get there. Now reversed. In fact, it's reversed enough where price is above the moving average, and also the MACD has crossed zero. So it's enough of a move to give us a signal to get back into a buy trade. Go the other way with it. Always seems a bit risky, but I didn't put a rule in the system to stop this. So we go ahead with the trade if there isn't anything better else out there. Our pound Aussie dollar trade, touch of green against us, did have a run to a high, almost back at our entry price, but maintains about a third of the way to our take profit. Nothing for us to do with this trade. Price still below the average. MACD still below 0. See if we've got any other trades out there. Or we'll be back in with a buy trade on that euro yen. Well, straight off the bat here, it is difficult to see, but on the New Zealand dollar Japanese yen, we're getting a buy signal in favor of the NZD. So now we've got the euro and the New Zealand dollar both gunning for a trade against the yen. See if there's any more out there. Our CAD Swiss franc trade would have had a tidy day here. Took us out yesterday at what looked like it was going to be the top, but what a run today. That would have been an extra 35 pips. Potential case forming for a trading stop loss in this strategy. Pound Swissy nearing a buy signal in favor of the pound. If we see a day where price is carried over the moving average, the MACD will shift above 0 as well. Potential there coming up. And guess what, on the Euro CAD, it's the biggest red day of the week. Sell-off continues. Wow. No more trade entries for us then, which means it is between the Euro Yen and the New Zealand Dollar Yen pair, which is why we've got the Euro New Zealand Dollar chart pulled up here. Price has been pretty rangy the last few days, but today's day, that's the important one. Whichever currency had a stronger day today, that is the one we go for. And so in this case, we can see a green candle in favor of the euro, which is indicating to us that it is safer to go into the euro yen trade than it is for the New Zealand dollar yen trade. So we say goodbye to the NZD yen chart and let us be reborn on the euro yen chart. Rise from the ashes. Hopefully this isn't a resistance level up here. Don't like the idea of this just bouncing up and down in this range here. We are getting a reading of 77.2 pips from our ATR, which means we can calculate our risk and put that on screen now. 2% risk, one trade only. Let's buy that euro. Out with the old and in with the new. We will wait with bated breath to see how that goes. It is the weekend, so we'll have to wait a couple days before we find out the fate of these trades. But let's just sum up the week and where we're at with the strategy over in the journal. Here's our updated journal then, and let's get to the bottom line. Now up $183.12. Slight improvement on last week. This week we had 1 win, 1 loss. And as we've got more riding on the wins than the losses, we did bank $50 more from that CAD Swiss franc trade. That was a nice one. Just crept along, kept up its move, and eventually took the signal. Took 2 weeks, but we don't mind that as long as we get there in the end. The euro yen trade, we didn't have a lot of faith in that one. The take profit was past the support level. Would have taken quite a bit to get there. But we'll still be watching it as the system did take us right back into a trade. Now we're buying the euro, going the other way. Be interesting to see how that ends up. Still in profit though, which must mean the strategy is doing something right. Let's come back next week and see if we can keep heading in that direction. Thanks, I guess.